Welcome to another episode of Drunk Cop and a Teacher, the podcast where everything's made up and our comments don't matter, just like the many fucks Ham could give about Mike and I playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
I always feel bad because I feel like Mike and I should just be on a separate group text because it always things up on Ham, and I can only imagine, like, fuck these guys.
No, I'm just like, Pokemon.
I mean, I got good news though for you, Ham.
Okay,
And so,
what is it?
the last 3 days I found
Yeah.
See, Ham, you should play and get your other friends to play, but wait till I get my referral codes. That way you can give me shit.
No.
Yeah.
All right, I will. But first, you guys got to get on Fallout.
Ooh, well played. I see that we're playing chess, not checkers.
I will slightly consider that.
Oh.
Wait, which Fallout are we talking about?
Oh, you know which one? 76.
70,
the one we can all play together.
I will slightly consider that.
I will honestly pass, and I will transfer my dittos.
Ditto.
So, Mike, how have you been, man?
I've been pretty good. I'm catching up on some reading stuff. Not, books that you guys will read. I'm reading some other reading material for my future. And then heavily playing Pokemon Go with my wife and my brother, actually. Me and Sal, we actually did a raid the other day. We did, three raids together?
So far, yeah.
It's been really, really fun getting back into it. Trying to catch up into all the other quests that I haven't completed. Almost done with Modern Family.
Before everything.
Yeah, I'm in season 10. I'm in the middle of season 10. The show is still good though. Yeah. It's still great. I love it. I can't complain about it. It's still good. But other than that, that's what I've been up to. Nothing really exciting. I saw that Billie Eilish documentary. I know it's out of the blue. By the way, she's a blonde now. I don't know if that really matters for anybody.
No.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I do have one question though. Have you spent any money on Pokemon Go?
She's not an Andrew.
So Ham,
I knew it. No one does that many fucking raids that quick.
Interesting.
How much have you spent?
Okay. When I started Pokemon Go, I
Answer
actually
my damn question. How much have you spent?
Okay.
More than 10.
I spent max more than 10, $20 max, I think. $20 max, but not on I would say probably $5 on remote passes, but everything else I have in my bag right now 14 premium battle pass.
Why?
Or I don't know. I literally
whatever. Yeah. That's a whole separate discussion right there, but
that's from 2018 though, when I started playing heavily. I think I bought those back then because I was doing a lot of raids.
Ham, besides Pokemon Go, I'm playing obviously. Anything else going on in your life?
I started and finished Russian Doll. On Netflix.
I was gonna. There's some questions there. Wait, what?
It's on Netflix. It's a show. It was very big for a short period of time. What, a couple years ago? It has one of the people from Orange Is the New Black. She was the main.
Get to the part where you explain what it's about.
Well, yeah, I'm getting there. She was one of the main stars, and then she got her own show. Not sure when it came out. Like I said, maybe 2 years ago, 2.5. This woman keeps dying, and it's a whatchamacallit, Groundhog Day, thing. Which I've been watching a lot of, and not a rant, but I want to get into. There's a bunch of them coming out, and have been coming out.
Yeah, but I think you have a weird obsession with those
things,
man.
I do, but there's a bunch of them now. Like, there's one coming out soon. The 2 video games coming out that we talked about. What else? There's so many just popping up. Even Happy Death Day, which that was a little later, a few years ago, but. I mean, originally was Palm Springs with what's his name, Andy Samberg, which I rewatched again. But yeah, there's a bunch of them now. There was that one with Marlon Wayans. Anybody see that? That was pretty bad. The guy from Workaholics, Adam the Vamp, or I forget his name.
Oh yes, with
Oh yeah, yes,
Alexandria.
her, yes.
Yeah, I saw that one. I
So,
thought that was actually a really
so do
enjoyable
you
movie.
hate it or do you
Russian? No,
like it that there's so many? No, in general
Oh,
that there's so
oh,
many
oh.
of these
I don't
things.
know. I'm just wondering why there's so many coming out now. Then maybe, like I said, maybe because of the pandemic and everyone's just been living the same day over and over again
Maybe.
when it first happened. But I mean,
I,
there's even this new one coming out where this guy learns to be an assassin, like basically ripping off that game that we've talked about, and he's got to kill all these assassins. He's learning all the skills to fight these assassins, and there's something else coming out too. I just wondering why now it's been a big deal. And I also know back in every sci-fi show that's been out there, like Star Trek or Stargate, they've always had at least one or two of those kind of episodes. But just wondering why this has now become a big deal.
you know, I you know, believe it or not, since you mentioned that, there was a point in time where I actually said that to myself. I was like, man, they're actually releasing a lot of movies like
Yeah.
these, and I don't know why. And then I stopped paying attention to it. I
Easy
think
to write.
I just
maybe.
probably maybe just copy and paste, but like, hey,
I mean, even
and then a lot
yeah.
of time traveling too.
I mean, they're getting Ham's views.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
something's
exactly. You
working.
like source code was one of them. You mentioned that a while back, and
Yeah.
I think the big one that everyone sort of saw was Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just like,
for sure.
what? But I want to know what that one is coming out. That one looks cool, but it looks like, maybe Prime or one of those. I do have something. Have you finished it?
No, I have not. Let's move
Both
on.
of you, yes. 1 and 2. Anybody?
No.
Of what?
You don't even know. Ready Player One.
I don't even
No,
know.
I said no. Let's move on.
No,
with
him.
life.
He doesn't.
The answer's still no.
Oh, me? It's no. Like I told you, I might not even touch it.
All right. Anything else?
It's chapter 1.
Yeah, that's all I got that I know of. I can't think of anything right now. Yeah.
So I went to Tampa for a few days. My
Nice.
daughter was sick because she's got a cough. That's all she's got. So nothing serious, but it was kind of bugging her. And then my allergies were acting up. So we tried to enjoy it as much as we could, but it was nice. I mean, we got to go to a park. We went to the aquarium. Went to the Bach Tower Garden. I don't know where that's like out in Plant City or somewhere like that.
Never
I don't
heard
know,
of it.
but it was really cool.
Never
It was
heard of
pretty
it.
cool.
Oh, Plant City though.
Yeah, out there by Plant City.
No, Fazoli's.
Oh my god, you and Fazoli's.
Oh,
Not sponsored. Can you imagine if we got sponsored by
Oh
Fazoli?
God, they go bankrupt.
And we'll lose his shit. Jesus
I'd get some cool shit out. Fazoli's hat, Fazoli's shirt. I don't know if they make pants. I'll have that. A plushie with that tomato guy, if they still have that tomato guy. Yeah, I'll be rocking some Fazoli's.
I'm almost.
I mean, I have no idea what that is,
my
but
God,
sure.
Of course you don't.
Um,
It is the fast food of Italian food. Imagine a lesser Olive Garden.
Sorry, you lost me from Italian. But what were you saying? Oh, really? Really? A fast food Olive Garden?
No. It's no. Think. Okay, so you know how Panda is kind of like a lesser Chinese fast food
God,
place.
no, Panda's
God.
horrible. Don't compare
Hold
to
on,
Panda.
wait. But anyway, you know
Ugh.
how Panda Express is like a lesser Chinese fast food place. Okay,
Yeah.
think 20 bajillion times shittier than that. And you have Fazoli's.
That's blasphemy in my book. The Book of Ham.
Oh my God. So it's like if Cece's Pizza and Panda Express had a baby, it would be
It's like
that.
if it's like if Panda Express tried to make spaghetti and meatballs.
Hold on, CC's, you mean the low main they have where people call it chow mein? Don't get me into that. But CC's is not that bad either. Come on, guys. Come on. They are
I mean,
bankrupt,
I am
though.
a sucker
They are
for.
bankrupt.
I am a sucker for mac and cheese pizza. I don't know why.
Fine.
Oh God, I got a shit. But anyways, were you saying something?
What?
I'm almost
Talking about Cece's.
I'm almost done with Pokemon Journey. Still haven't finished it, but almost done with it. It's actually pretty good. Lots more battling, so might be up Mike's alley if he ever wants to get around to it.
I gotta catch up to
Gotta
it. Yeah, I
catch up
gotta.
to it.
Is it is it consistent better than last season?
I mean, last season, I don't want to say it was like a throwaway season or a throwaway set of episodes. This is all still one season, but it wasn't like there wasn't really anything exciting about like the last set of episodes. There's maybe like one or two you really need to watch to make sure you're kind of still followed up. But I mean, this one is just a lot better because there's more events going on. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Okay.
saw that on Netflix. I wasn't sure if it was the same series or not. I wasn't sure, but okay then, got it.
I feel like I watched something else and I can't even recall off the top of my head, but I do want to say that I did an unthinkable thing that I didn't think I was going to do yet, but I did sign up for a free trial of Paramount, mainly for my kids, because it's got everything my kids watch, like from
Like,
Paw Patrol to Blue's Clues to Blaze to Shimmer and Shine. Like, it's got everything that they wanted to watch, so
you
I
last
signed up for
me.
a free trial. That's what I'm saying. It's the kids. It's
The
for the
last
kids.
two, yeah.
So, did that. I guess I'll give it a more thorough look through when I get a chance to it. But I mean, I got it for free for 30 days, so I ain't gonna complain about that.
I think you
And,
should have saved it for
Okay.
next year or
But
what? The
I
year
do
after
have
that.
I do have a question. I need you guys to make a a drastically life
Get it!
choice that I need to decide to get to.
Oh man. Well, Ham, I got this.
Yeah, you've
All right,
done it before.
so I only have 14 more days. Do I get Mario 3D All Stars?
Yes.
How much?
This guy. It's $60. What do you think?
It's $60, but it has the 3 old school games that he will never get it back again.
Oh,
That's
this is
probably
a
not
time
true
limit?
at all. But yeah, I mean March 31st. That's it. That's when they're gonna stop selling it.
Yeah, go get it.
Yeah.
Damn it! All right,
What else are
digital
you
or
gonna get?
physical?
I mean, I'm waiting.
Oh, that's all
Ooh,
your.
that's up to
Yeah,
you.
you fucked up.
That's up to you. I mean, me personally, I'm getting it digitally.
Yeah, but then
You are getting it?
But Sal's the type of person where he likes, like the physical
Wait,
copy
how are you
stuff.
getting it?
And
You don't even have a
add-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, that Stimmy, might be hitting soon.
Oh,
So
it definitely hit hard.
happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way, everybody.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, laddies and lasses.
The moment that we're doing this recording is St. Patrick's Day, so hopefully everyone's just being safe out there and enjoying.
If not, you wouldn't be able to hear this anyways.
That's also true.
That is
Other
true.
than that, nothing else really going on. Just trying to finish up this term for school and then getting back to. Oh man, I got to go back to work next Monday.
Oh man, back to reality. No.
Damn it! All right, well, let's go on to our movie topic because we have a lot of headlines ahead of us. Mostly minor stuff, but a couple of interesting ones to talk about. Let's talk about our movie for this episode, which is Tom Holland's Cherry. It's a movie directed by the Russell brothers. IMDb gave it a 6.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 37%, Metacritic 44%, and Ham's, again, favorite groups of users, 93% of Google users liked this movie.
Hey, Google.
The synopsis goes, the wild journey of a disenfranchised young man from Ohio who meets the love of his life only to risk losing her through a series of bad decisions and challenging life circumstances. So there's this guy called Tom Holland starring in the main role. I think people have heard of him here or there. Other people, there's Ciara Bravo,
No idea.
Kelly Berglund, Michael Gandolfini, Jamie Brewer, Jack Renner, Jeff Wahlberg. Is he like one of the legitimate Wahlberg brothers? I don't know I don't know the Wahlberg brothers other than Mark.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know
one
he has
knows these
brothers.
people. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Tom Holland's the only notable one here. And this was a long movie. I did not expect it to be 2 hours and 21 minutes.
You did warn us.
You
I
did
did.
warn us, yeah.
And it was an Apple TV Plus original. So we'll give our cards first, and then we'll get into. I guess I'll do a quick rundown of the movie because
Sure.
there's so many details, but I'm just going to be very generic with it. and then we'll get into the spoilers and whatnot. So if you had to give it a card right now, Mike, what card are you giving it?
Yellow card.
Ham?
I do want to say Mike recommended this. I am going to give this a red.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna give it a green card.
Oh, God. Boo this man.
It's all because of Parasite. All right. So it's one of those. It's every like if you ever get the role of Spider-Man, this is like a requirement that you have to do after the fact. I feel like, right? Because Tobey Maguire did was it Brothers? He did one with Jake Gyllenhaal. He's a military guy that's suffering from PTSD.
Yeah, that was actually really good when he slept with his wife.
What? Okay, sure. Weird injection there, but yeah.
I mean, it's a movie.
Garfield do one?
Andrew Garfield, yeah, he did Hicksaw Ridge.
Oh, he did.
Yes, that movie
You're right.
That movie
That's what I'm saying.
was
Like
fantastic.
it's a requirement. It's like if
about
you're going to be Spider-Man, you got to do a PTSD military movie. Sure. All right. So this was Tom Holland's version.
Yeah.
Basically, he falls in love. Girl breaks his heart by saying he's leaving town because she's too much in love. And he signs up for the military because apparently he has got nothing else to do with his life. Sees a lot of shit. Coming back from the military, actually gets back together with his girl. Suffering from PTSD, taking drugs, brings his girlfriend down into the whole habit because she's fed up with how he's acting. So they go into the whole heroin addiction, being dopes, and then
Being dopes.
I'm keeping it generic, and then so they run out of money. Tom Holland comes up with a plan to say, "Hey, I'm going to rob some banks in the most stupid way possible." And ends up being in, I guess, in trouble with the big boss of where they're getting their heroin, and then ends up saying, you know what, actually, I skipped a huge part because he does go into rehab after that, right? It's after he fucks up that last bank robbery. He goes into rehab, ends up doing really well. And then happy ending, he actually gets out with parole, and then sees that his girlfriend is waiting for him right there in the parking lot.
Well, to be fair, I think it was a court ordered rehab. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna go to rehab now. Like court's like, you have to go to rehab, motherfucker.
Yeah, but I think he knew that was coming. Otherwise, he wouldn't have given up so easily at the end.
Guess so.
He obviously knew things had to be for the better.
I think I'm missing a part. When the fuck did he go to rehab?
It was quick. It was like
it was right. Shit. Yeah, it was during that whole prologue montage
after he gets arrested at the end.
Okay, it was after when he got arrested.
Yeah,
Mike.
Okay.
No sound or anything. It's just music.
No, because I thought you guys were talking about in the middle of the movie he went to rehab, and I was like, wait, no, he didn't. Did he? Oh my god, did I miss that part? Because I know his wife went to rehab and then
got out of it and still didn't do anything for her.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That's why I mentioned technically he didn't, but yeah.
All right, yeah.
I'm just gonna be super generic. I mean, I really liked it. I thought the acting was great. I wasn't bored of a single character. I mean, it was very predictable on the way. It was a lot of generic, typical cliche stuff, but I think for me, it was just the acting that kind of carried it, and for me, that was enough. I mean, if I already know what's going to happen, then at least be interesting with their roles. And for me to see Tom Holland step in the spotlight, I think he did probably just as well. And I'm going to leave it at that because I don't think he did better than his role in The Devil All the Way. But it just kind of shows that he's got a little bit of range, and seeing that he's still young in his life, I think it just shows how much potential he has to do a lot of great movies down the line, and he'll be up there definitely with one of the big hits, the big actors that we still recall to this day. So it was good. It was a good solid movie. I enjoyed it, every bit of it, and I don't have any complaints. I mean, I have one nitpick which I'm going to save for the very end because it's irrelevant to the movie itself. But Mike, you sounded like you were torn between two cards. You were going to give it a lower card?
I was going to
actually give it higher.
The thing is that I was, at first when I saw the movie, I was like, all right, I'm a yellow. I think the movie does have some good qualities, but then later on, because I saw this movie a while back, like I think when our last episode published on Friday, I saw this on a Saturday. So I had like a lot longer time than you guys, and me actually thinking about the movie, like, was there any highlights that I liked about the movie? And there's only a few of it. I was like sort of like breaking it down, and I'm like, and I was like, man, should I give this a red? Because there's some things that I felt like it was a kind of hard to cram this whole entire movie, because it's based off a novel.
I saw that,
of a true story. And that's the thing that I give credit to this movie, where it had like different parts of part one, and it had the title and everything. And I was bringing it up back to a yellow, because towards the end I was like, I think it's going to be a red card for me. But there's some things that I will acknowledge, and I will agree with you, Sal, that the acting is phenomenal. Tom Holland, he's proving to me that he is becoming a serious actor, and I'm actually a bit excited for Uncharted. I just think the movie, it's a bit all over the place a little bit. It's trying to, like I said, it's trying to cram a whole entire novel into 2 hours and something. And it could be a little rough the edges on some parts. But I will say, like, my favorite part of the movie is part 3, where it's Cherry. That's the title of the chapter. But it is pretty cool how they filmed everything, and how everything became to what it was towards the end of the movie, of him getting PTSD, and how it's affecting his life, how he is using drugs to clear that loud noise in his head, and unfortunately he's bringing his wife with him down. And the whole bank robbing scene and everything like that, I think the transition to that wasn't really clean. I think it was just something random. Like, it was just like, oh, we need to find the money. Oh, hold on, give me a minute, I'll be right back. Boom, bank robbing. And he just came back, and oh, okay, so was there talks of him doing that? And he kept on doing it a bit more, and I just felt like it was just something that if you were not on board in the beginning, you might be a bit lost. And I was a little lost between that decision. And then towards the end, it was a little bit, I would say, not wrapped up, but it was just like, okay, the movie needs to end, and this is the way that they're going to end it, because you have no idea of some of these side characters, who they are. And of course, they're not the main characters, but the movie makes me believe that you should already know who they are. And if you're, and it was like, oh, okay, I'll just stick with it then. All right. But other than that, I think if you could look down like those rough edges, there is an enjoyable movie where it has like a sad message, where of course a lot of war veterans there are dealing with PTSD in their own ways, and unfortunately, this guy, he dealt it with this way, and he went to jail, and I hope he's better now, because it seems when I'm reading and everything like that he has a healthier lifestyle now and everything. So that's why I brought it down to the yellow.
If I remember correctly, I think the Russell brothers were saying that this is actually a close friend of theirs.
Wow, okay.
I believe so, or someone that they were familiar with personally. So, I mean, my only thing I would say, not necessarily as a counter argument, but something that I just kind of took as what I thought the movie was really trying to go for, is focusing on the effects of PTSD and not so much about what like sets up everything for his decisions, right? Like the whole bank robbing thing is just focusing on the shit that he's suffering through, and you don't necessarily, like, I guess they were trying to say you don't necessarily need to know why he decided to go bank robbery, just he made a bad choice and now it's fucking up his life. So yeah, the pacing is really off. I will agree to that. Like it's all over the place, and there is a lot crammed in here. But Ham, you gave it a red. Why was it so shitty to you?
I don't. Yeah. Oh, like you guys were just saying, I did not. I was trying to find the message. I'm like, is it PTS or wait, PSTD? Wait a minute. Oh my god.
PTSD.
PTSD. There's some letters in there. I can read. Uh, or is it more about love, or is it more about drug addiction, or is it? I think yeah, like Mike said, it's all over the place. I mean, I think this is more a poorly done Forrest Gump, but uh, you have stuff here, you have stuff there. It talks about him working. I don't, I didn't care for it. I'm like, why should I care? Why do I care? I think this could have been better as a series, maybe one like a chapter. Cherry, whatever.
Like a a 6 episode miniseries, like
Yeah,
Chernobyl.
something. It's just, yeah. Actually, that was really good. It just maybe
Yeah.
a little bit more involved in each, sort of section. Whereas, the friends, it's just very, you know, focus on one thing, and then there's not really a good transition. Then it's the other thing, and then it goes
Yeah.
to another thing, and another thing, and another thing, and it like wrapped up really quick at the end. And I'm just like, weird. Um, yeah, I didn't care for the character. I'm like, cool, man, sure.
Is there anything positive you can say about the movie?
I mean, yeah, all the acting was cool and everything. I who did the better acting? I don't know. Some of the scenes in war were pretty well done. I didn't like the 4:3 aspect ratio. I'm just like, I guess they're doing it when they were doing the training. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah, a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and then sometimes I'm just like, why do they change stuff here and there? Like her, you notice her that she sort of glowed. She had like a aura around her every time he saw her.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I guess. And then I don't know. They were trying to make it a little artsy, and I don't. Some stuff worked, some stuff didn't. I really like though. Did you notice the names of the banks?
Yeah, like
Yeah, I was gonna
shitty
bring that
banks.
up. Like,
Yeah, shitty bank and like fuck America or something like that. I was like, I wonder because he's telling the story and he doesn't like banks. That's why he was just because
probably because it's kind of meta. I mean, he was breaking the fourth wall. He's talking to us, the viewers, about his life and
yeah,
everything, and so
yeah.
this is his perspective, his point of view on everything, especially since he's suffering through all this shit. But even before that, yeah, the bank titles were like kind of started off mild, but then it got like
Mhm.
more
Oh yeah,
more what's the word I'm looking for? Vulgar as the
yeah.
movie went
I
on.
guess so.
So yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I would. There was a lot of characters, and I would like to get to know more of them and whatever they were up to. But it just, I don't know. It felt like they're just pieces. Like Mike said, it's just all over the place. Acting
Interesting.
was all right. Even that throwaway line where I guess when he's talking about people, he's like, "And I never saw him again," or he's just like, the only thing he said is like, "Can you put a gun against somebody's head?" And it's just like, where are you going with this? Why is this important? Why isn't it like?
I was really hoping he's the guy. Like he was the
I,
guy that.
I, I, yeah. At one point, I was just like, "Why are they showing him?" And then I'm like, "Oh, is it him?" And then I'm like, "Nah." Or yeah, exactly. Or when they were showing like the bank
The bank
teller
teller.
lady,
Yep.
yeah, she was shadowed. Then it's like, I'm like, what? I don't
They make it.
understand.
They tease it like it's a big reveal of something, but then it ends up really not being that big of a
Yeah, it's
deal.
like a letdown, and I'm just like, what is it? I would like to see the reasoning behind all that, if there is, but that's what left me wanting more. I'm just like, you guys were
Hmm.
going somewhere. I just don't know where.
All right. Well. Huh. That's weird. Because I super agree with you guys on the pacing and the cram and everything, but that didn't take away from the movie for me. Like that's I don't know. It's really weird. There you go. That
Mhm.
see,
But
listeners, three very different perspectives on this, and yet we can still agree on one or two things.
But I do like that he did wear the suit though. I did I like that part. Um, Do you notice where he's got the blue shirt? Or is it blue shirt and red pants, or red pants and like a blue shorts? You didn't see that?
I didn't notice that.
No.
I think it's when the guy pretends to be the cops and they're cleaning everything, and he's got blue and red. That's all. It's blue and red. That's
Oh,
Did you guys watch the post-credit scene?
oh my
no,
god!
because
yes.
I watched the whole thing. I really did, because I was like, I'm done with this.
It's
I
not a
don't
Marvel
listen to
movie,
the
so there's
music.
no post-credit scene there.
Oh, I watched it.
I actually okay. So I have one nitpick and the other thing is like a super irrelevant complaint to the movie because it's not about the movie at all. My super nitpick is I was kind of hoping there'd be a point in the movie where he actually like fucks he like beats the shit out of the Sergeant North. I think it was because that's what like fucking like started the whole his like downward spiral into
Yeah,
insanity
that is
shit.
true.
Because Sergeant North was like being a dick to him, even though he was calling out all the right calls. He's like, "Hey, we shouldn't go this way because they got stuck, and they got stuck. Hey, you really need a tow cable, or else it's gonna make it worse." It got worse, and so he called for a tow cable. I'm like, "Damn! If they didn't go through all this shit, his friends wouldn't have been dead, and then he wouldn't have been as like mentally fucked as he is now." Like, so I was hoping like maybe he'd run into the guy and just really beat the shit out of him. That was my only nitpick about the movie. I was like, I just want you to get your revenge. That's all.
Based on real events, that didn't happen. I guess I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but it would have been cool if they just did that.
No, I
for,
agree.
for the fuck of it.
Now, the only complaint that's super irrelevant to this movie, and I'm surprised Ham didn't bring it up because I felt like he would be the one to know what I was going to call out. But is it just me, or did that whole college scene with him wearing glasses and wearing like his clothes?
I was gonna joke about that.
Was the Peter Parker that I wish he was? That's the Peter Parker that I need
him
from
meeting
Tom
up with
Holland.
Mary Jane, college years, but I was gonna say, but at least you brought it up.
You look like the fucking spitting image of Sam Raimi's Tobey Maguire Peter Parker.
Yeah, glasses, the sort of hair. Yeah.
That's what at least
Oh
look wise,
man, you're
that's
right.
what I want. He even did like the glasses thing where he pushes up in the middle when he's talking to her. I'm like, oh my god!
All he was missing was the camera.
God, if the Russell brothers directed a Spider-Man movie, god damn it!
Speaking of that, you just reminded me. What happened to the girlfriend?
She recovered.
No, the original one.
Oh, no one gives a shit.
I guess so. Yeah. Right?
She was throwing herself to all these guys. Like, I'm pretty sure she ended up with...
It was implied. Yeah.
Oh, who gives a shit?
I'm pretty sure she ended up with 5 or 6 of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I guess there is to bring up the movie. Like, there's no way we can break it down scene by scene because there's too much that happens. Other than you pretty much heard it. The pacing is all over the place, and if that's going to detract you away from the movie viewers, then maybe you shouldn't watch it, or maybe just watch it in parts because it does feel like a very lengthy movie, even a little bit longer than 2.5 hours. But at least acting wise, if you're in it for the acting, you're definitely going to get your value out of that because again, Tom Holland shows that he's got a lot of range to his career, and again, definitely worth looking into all of his other future projects. I think that's pretty much it, right? So we're set.
Yeah, I think
Mike.
Yeah, I think there's nothing for me much to say. I think would I recommend this movie? Yeah, I think to some certain audience I will. I wouldn't say all, but check it out. Come back and write down in the comments at Drunk Cop and Teacher on Instagram and let us know what you thought about it.
Well, we got a lot of headlines to cover, so Mike,
let's hit that intermission.
All right, into the headlines. Gentlemen, do we want to do movies or games first?
I say movies.
I say movies as well.
Okay, let's get the movie stuff out of the way. Some of them minor, some of them talking points to cover. First one we'll bring up, Venom, Let There Be Carnage. The release date has been pushed back. Venom will now be released in theaters, including 3D, IMAX, and other premium large formats on September 17th, 2021, rather than a June 25th of release date of this year. Not surprising. I mean, again, For me, the most surprising thing was, oh yeah, I forgot this movie was still being made.
So, can you hit that release date one more time?
September 17th, 2021.
Something doesn't add up here. I think something's gonna happen to this movie. I'm looking more of a December movie. I don't know why.
I mean, if it gets pushed back again, it's get pushed back again. I mean, that's what's been happening.
If it gets pushed back, it's gonna be
No.
carnage all over. That's the joke that I wanted to make. Fuck this movie. I don't give a fuck, man.
How close is it to
That's
the
how I
Spider-Man
feel about your last 30 seconds of my life you just wasted.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
How close is it to the Spider-Man movie?
I don't know. Why? You think it has something to do with that?
Hopefully, maybe someone can dream.
Hopefully,
right?
this whole entire movie of Venom it's about just adding these two worlds together. If not, it's just a big waste of fucking time.
All right. Let's move on to the next one. Next headline. Let's see what sparks out of this conversation. Avatar beats Avengers Endgame as highest grossing movie after re-release.
But how?
Because they re-released it.
But when did they release it back in theaters?
Yeah, I don't. I didn't
China,
care
they
enough to
said
look.
it was in China.
Was it? Okay,
Okay,
I
it
wasn't
doesn't count
too
then.
sure if that was the case. No, what doesn't count? Well, okay. Well, first of all, this whole it's stupid at this point. The only thing that now that will make it meaningless is Avengers gets re-released just to beat Avatar. If that's the case,
joke.
then this whole title of being highest grossing whatever is just irrelevant anymore in movie going cinema. Like the only argument I saw that was kind of valid in a way was Avengers Endgame accomplished in 3 months what it took Avatar 9 months to do, which I think is kind of a big deal considering if you
the
got
speed record, yeah,
right, considering also ticket costs and everything like that. Like that is a huge deal. And kudos to Avengers Endgame. I mean, I don't want to obviously put my bias of Avatar into it. Good for Avatar, but you had to re-release it. Why only in China? Why not here in the U.S. where there
because it
are
would have made
some
money over here.
Yeah, there's some theaters over here that are open up. So again, I would still give the same crap to Avengers Endgame though if we get a headline soon where it says Avengers Endgame after re-release is now highest grossing movie. I'm like, okay, I'm done with this now. It doesn't matter anymore.
To me, in the end, it's just what's a better movie. You know.
That's a fair point, I guess. But I know where Saul's gonna go.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Avatar came out how many years ago? Like 9 years ago?
Yeah.
Probably more.
And Endgame had other movies to build up to this, and it was expected to beat Avatar. So Avatar, you lost. So moving on.
Don't worry.
On the brighter side of movie news, and this is super, super minor, nothing big, but I just think this is kind of cool and brings up a little bit more excitement for Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat director tried to avoid green screen as much as possible. I just think it's kind of a big deal because CGI and anything behind green screen is just being used a lot extensively nowadays with a good number of movies. Exactly. And yes, Marvel movies, listeners, in case you didn't quite, hear that cough. And so I think this is kind of cool, especially since this looks like it would be very CGI heavy. The fact that he tried to do as much as he could off that is good. I feel like
that's good as long as it's the choreographing of the fighting scenes look legit, look well organized, and then that's all that matters. But if it looks bad, I should have used CGI.
Oh, I can't wait. Then we'll do a sequel, then a third one, and then Street Fighter comes in, and then Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. Oh my god!
as long as you can confirm that Jean-Claude Van Damme will be back for that role.
Or what would probably happen is we have Mortal Kombat versus DC characters.
Yeah, we have Mario versus Sonic, and then we had the Smash Bros.
Here's something that Ham can't wait for, though. MoviePass may be teasing a comeback. MoviePass may be making a return. A new website with the MoviePass name features a countdown timer with a cryptic message: the movie is about to start. Notably, the countdown is featured on the website moviepass.ventures and not on the official MoviePass website. As of this writing, MoviePass.com still features a letter from the company's former CEO, Mitch Lowe, explaining details on the service's disruption in 2019. However, this mysterious shutdown reads, and this was at the time that this article was published, reads 5 days and 18 hours, signaling whatever MoviePass has in store. And if anything, everything will be revealed in the morning on Monday, March 22nd. So, Ham, what are you expecting out of this? Because you're the MoviePass guy.
Yeah, rumors or whatever. What I sort of heard is they were. I don't know if it was a series or I think it's or like a one-off documentary thing about all the movie stuff happenings.
That's it.
I think. Other than that, I can't imagine. I think somebody did whatever buy out MoviePass, and there are new owners. But am I expecting something major? No. Especially now in this, MoviePass and Regal Pass, where the rave. But now with all the streaming services and all that, it almost sounds antiquated.
For some reason, I thought you were saying that MoviePass, like Blockbuster's coming back.
I would assume. I mean, this would never happen, but it would be kind of cool if this was like MoviePass creates a streaming service that encompasses all streaming services, like kind of.
How much would that be?
Well, kind of like how Mike was saying, but maybe just like for the movies. So you know how like HBO has their movies coming out, and Paramount will now have their new movies coming out. MoviePass will be just those movies coming out, and will house them on their streaming service.
No, there's companies they're making their money, so I don't see how another company would be able to get all of them.
I don't either, but I just think like why make a big deal about MoviePass and nothing happens out of it.
I'm 95% sure that it's going to be a major letdown, and it's not going to be anything as crazy as people think it might be.
You know what else is crazy though?
Mike?
That too. HBO Max announces an ad-supported tier without theatrical releases. I don't know why that was theatrical releases. Warner Media has announced that it will roll out a cheaper ad-supported tier for HBO Max in June. The news of the tier comes from AT&T's analyst at Investor Day, though the company didn't announce the price and an official release date. So I was kind of like, why do I care about this if you're not giving me a price?
Did we sort of talk about this with one of the companies coming out with maybe one of them without the movies?
I think so. I think we at least brought up the idea or the concept. Yeah.
Oh God, so many fucking options. Without the movies? Yeah, I mean, like you said, price. What's
the point if it's not going to have movies?
Should be cheaper.
Well, no, that's the other thing too. Is like, what does HBO Max have that I want to watch and not the movies? Like,
they have a lot of good shows.
Sure, maybe.
I don't know if they're being released anytime soon because like Westworld takes 2 to 3 years to come out. Barry, I don't know how that's going. What else? There's a bunch of other shows I like on there, but
it wasn't until Warner Brothers made this decision to put all their movies on HBO Max that HBO Max got attention. Like it was like HBO Max was it's there. No one cared for it except for like 1 or 2 series maybe. But now
it's because the DC thing, fucking bombed, and then they had all the DC shows as well.
Yeah, but it's just like what am I gonna pay? Like what if it's a $5 pricing tier? Okay, sure, maybe, but it's HBO Max. Like if it's $15 for theatrical releases, I feel like this is just gonna be $10, and even then, is $10 really worth it?
I agree. I don't. That's why I don't get HBO Max.
I mean, with the movies included and everything, it's like you said, 14. What, like 14? Yeah, I pay 14. I mean,
Yeah, Sal's got 15. No, it's like
14 and a half,
14.99,
it's
right?
like
Or,
Yeah,
15,
14.
whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
like, what, $5 more less? You only get just shows, and there's not even that many shows in HBO, except for like maybe Game of Thrones, and
Well, that's
already done. So
done
what's the
too.
point
So
of having this? It just seems more like a desperate times for HBO from them to even think about this. In my opinion.
hmm, I'm
Um,
just
what
yeah.
what might be considered dumb by some people is a move Netflix is starting to make.
Oh god.
Netflix's new test might call you out if you're sharing passwords.
I saw that.
In the past week, Netflix has introduced a verification system for users across multiple countries that displays a warning. If you don't live with the owner of this account, you need your own account to keep watching. The test allows users to authenticate their account through text or email, or simply press a button to verify later. It also provides the option of setting up a new account. The test is designed to help ensure that people using Netflix accounts are authorized to do so. Um, I don't know. I don't know what perspective or what point of view I want to come in with this, because I get the
I know
concept
mine.
of sharing accounts and passwords and shit, but I also get why it shouldn't be allowed to share passwords and accounts and shit. So, I don't care what they do, I guess, because it doesn't affect me.
Yeah, Netflix. If you don't want that, oh, then maybe I don't get Netflix. Maybe I'll get my stuff somewhere else.
You already
No.
do.
Yeah, but I do have Netflix. I have Netflix. No, the thing is, if you're sharing it with someone else that you know, though, how are you not gonna? You can verify over text. Like, hey man, you're trying to verify me. Can you just send me the whatever notification? And I'm like, all right, here you go. This is what it
I
is.
could
no,
I
honestly
don't.
but that's
see
the
this though.
point, right?
I see the positive side into this. At least
Which is, well, yeah. The positive side would be that maybe they don't keep raising the price, but even then, that's what they would
no. Is
maybe
that
say.
what
But
I'm saying? Is that there's been
raise the
multiple
price.
times where I've given my passwords and my information for Netflix with other friends, and I always tell them, hey, whatever you do not share with anybody. This is just for you. Yeah, no problem. And then, of course, they end up sharing with other people, and then I have to reset a whole entire device thing, and then like change my whole password and stuff like that. For people who share those accounts with other friends, thinking that they're not going to give that information to anybody else, but they do. You know what I mean? But I mean,
Yeah, yeah, that sounds complicated, and I get that. I get that does happen. Fucked up with your friends to share it with other people. That if they live
Yeah.
with them, maybe, but if they don't live with them, then that's fucked up. But yeah, I mean, it's like if you're with your roommate, I think Netflix is okay with that, right? Because you're there, you live with them. Obviously, you can be
The
like,
device is
you can
there.
be like, hey,
Yeah.
Ham, you got a text really quick. Can you just send me what the code is? And then you just tell me the
Yeah.
code. But if it's like, obviously right now where you're like in a different part of the neighborhood and like, hey man, can you send me a text when of the code when you get the text? And then like 20 hours later, oh, got to do the whole verification process again. Like, I think that's what Netflix is trying to crack down, is like, if you are not legitimately with your friends or family that you share your account with, then they got to crack down on that a little bit more, which I feel like again is reasonable though. That's the whole
But
point of sharing
my
accounts.
question is, how are they going to police that though? Let's say you are at your friend's house and you want to watch Netflix and you have a Netflix account. I'm like, all right, turn on Netflix and let's watch some stuff. Whereas,
Well,
maybe it's a hotel that has Netflix. Oh, let me put my information. I'm somewhere else. Maybe in Tampa or Plant City. I'm in a hotel and I'm like, all right, I want to watch Netflix. All right, how are they going to
I
police
mean,
that?
easily. I mean, they're gonna probably send you a code like, "Hey, your account is."
yeah, I mean, if you're with your phone
Yeah,
at the hotel, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So how is that any different? I mean, I guess it's one step extra that they're gonna have to do, but I don't find it as restricted as you know.
Right,
it
if
is.
it's not, but it's time consuming. It's time consuming. I think that's the piece of it, right? Because I don't want to
Mm,
wait 24 hours for you to send me back a code when I want to watch it now. If you're living with me, it's a little bit easier because we're probably more in
no.
communication with each other. But the fact again that we live in a different part of the neighborhood, I am still waiting for that, and it's annoying. So it's like, crap, I don't want to have to keep waiting for my roommate or for my friend to give me this code. I'm just going to sign up for my own account. Like, I think that's the time. That's the time-consuming
It'll
piece,
deter some people, but
right?
I
And I
don't know.
think it's every little bit helps, though, and I think that's what they're trying to do. Again, this is just testing anyway, so they may not
Yeah,
even do this at all. But
I
if
mean,
it works for them, and I guess if they see some sort of profit gain out of it, then they're probably going to keep pushing it out and refining it as they go.
remember when Disney, when at first they were coming out with Disney Plus, they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be hard," and like, okay, sure. And I haven't seen anything. I'm just saying. I don't know how many
Mm.
people you know that have Disney Plus and have people on it, but it's not as hard as they said it was gonna be when it first came out.
True. All right, let's talk about some video game stuff now. We'll get some of the minor things
Yeah.
out of the way. We'll start with this one because this isn't really a big deal. I'm just curious if you guys have an opinion on it. It's a Halo thing. Halo Infinite won't have dual wielding or
Oh, that's
playable elites.
bullshit.
Are you
I'm
being
being serious.
serious,
Like, I
or-
can't dual wield. That's what's so fucking awesome about Halo, especially Halo 3.
But it was only in Halo 2. Or it was Halo 2 and Halo 3. Yes, Halo 3 doesn't matter. Yeah, but I mean, that was your favorite thing
Yeah, it
about
was
the game?
awesome. It was a really cool feature.
Yeah,
I
didn't
mean,
care for it.
did you really care about Halo at overall? But
Oh yes,
Back in the Halo 2
yeah.
days, yeah, he was there.
Oh, and Halo 5, I was the one talking about Halo 5 like crazy. I was
You
the
just
first
had a
one.
weird addiction to those rec cards, which I
I
still
mean,
don't
either way,
understand.
back to me. You know,
I just wanted to collect all of them.
excuse me,
I wanted
I'm
to
on the
collect all of
spotlight
them.
now. So,
Okay,
what, I
Mr.
mean, I don't know. I
Non-Halo.
mean, I haven't played a Halo game since, so I don't know if Halo 4 had it. Did they?
No, it
Oh,
was
and then
only
on
Halo 2 and Halo 3.
then-
I don't even remember Halo 3.
Yeah, Halo 3
having
had it. Yeah, I remember.
Halo 3 is the one I'm like, ugh.
Anyway, well, what about playable elites?
Playable.
Does that matter
I
to
forgot
you?
which one is that one again.
No, you can,
Oh, see this guy talking shit about me.
you just
don't
play
even
as
know
an
what
elite
is.
with the big tall
Oh,
alien.
you don't
Halo
play as
2.
an elite? And
And
I mean, shit. Was you're able to play an elite in Halo 4 or 5? Oh, and then
No, at least not to my recollection. I
and
don't
then
think
I
so.
it doesn't
remember
really
2.
matter because
But see, that's the thing to me is like these two things don't matter to me. Would it be cool to have him back? Absolutely,
Yeah.
it'd be awesome. But the fact that they're not in there, it's like, well, I'm sure maybe they have some plan
Okay.
for this. Maybe they don't. To me, it doesn't matter. But again, the only reason I actually bring it up is because there's a lot of people like going back and forth on this, like heated arguments and debates all over social media about this minor detail, which to me it's minor, but to some people it's like the end of the Halo franchise for them. I'm like, really? Just because you can't carry a pistol and an
well,
SMG
to me,
at
the way
same
that
time?
I see it is
That's what?
definitely two different companies. You know, Bungie was Halo 2 and 3. You had dual wheeling, and then when 343 came in, they took that away, and they're not going to bring it back. So
Well, even
I-
in Bungie's, I don't remember who said it, but the reason that dual wielding was left out was because it was super unbalanced. Like there was no getting around that. And I think it was 343 that mentioned like they wanted to bring back grenades, like to leave it to melee, gun, and then grenade, and that's pretty much it. Like this whole rock paper scissors kind of effect. But with dual wielding, it was so like most times it was overpowered, and a lot of the community agrees.
Charge.
But at the same
Magnum.
time, those same people are also like, I don't care about it being overpowered. Bring it back anyway. And I'm like, what? So,
That's like a fun setting, maybe, but
yeah, sure. But I don't know. I just don't think it's like the end all be all things. But some people are being overly dramatic about it and be like, this is the end of Halo now
I mean,
forever.
okay,
I'm like,
I'll say
okay,
this
man.
though. I haven't
That's your
played
favorite.
really much Halo 4 and 5, but if they were not in the games for the last 2 years, and then you should have moved on by then. By just complaining about it and that
Yeah,
it
right.
not being in the game, and you're surprised by that, you're kind of a fool yourself for not expecting that. Just saying.
Also, I was gonna ask, can you play as a brute? But then I just realized make a cool game where you can versus
Oh yeah,
or
Halo Wars.
something. I guess what's almost like Halo Wars, but more like a fighting game, like what's Overwatch or something. You can play as an elite or a brute or a grunt or a hunter versus a Spartan or a Spartan, the other Spartan guys, or all the military guys that die. Yeah. Just I made up that game. Yeah, we could do it. Play as the robot crew, the Flood,
Copyright,
but actual
trademark.
actual multiplayer shooting instead of Halo Wars that a lot of people don't like.
Really quick, Xbox, since we're on the topic of Halo and Xbox, so somewhat, this is kind of interesting thing that I don't know if it really matters. Xbox adding game suspend feature to offer better download speeds. I would assume PlayStation will eventually add this because I guess it sounds beneficial. But you know how I guess if people are downloading apps or other games while they're still wanting to play their game, if you want to suspend your game, like, quick resume kind of fashion, then you can do that and then your thing will download faster. I didn't know that was like a needed thing, but apparently Xbox is on it and people were happy about that, and I don't know why.
So when is this update for my Xbox One?
Whenever you get it.
No, my actual Xbox One, because not the. I'm not gonna be doing that on any new consoles soon.
I don't think it is for the older consoles. I think it's just,
Exactly.
yeah,
So
it's just for
what's the
X
point?
and S. But I don't know. It was just something I was given a lot of attention to for some reason.
I'm
I
not
wasn't
part
sure
of this
why.
conversation, but I just
here's
want to put my
another-
word in it.
Here's another headline that's
Which is
Here's another headline that's also getting a lot of attention and probably for the wrong reasons. PS5 is the fastest selling console in US history for
Boom
dollar
in your
sales.
face, bitch.
what? What do you really? What are the
store
metrics
had
on
5
this?
PS4
Well,
PS5s,
Just
and one store had one Xbox.
You said sold out, right?
fastest selling console in US history
Of course,
for
with
dollar
that
sales.
fucked up release.
Well, okay, so the only thing I'm going to throw in here, regardless if it's Xbox or PS5, the fact that 98.62% of all these consoles sold are by scalpers, I don't think this is a relevant title that people should be giving attention
yeah,
to.
I agree.
I don't want. I still don't know what they're actually the fastest selling console
In US history for dollar sales.
for dollar sales. I hate that last moniker.
Hey, they
Dollars
have
for
world
dollar
records for
sales.
every little thing, any little thing.
So for the dollar sales, does that count, bro? Because think about it. If you buy a console, I don't think you can resell it, and that counts as the
I think
numbers.
it's something about
already
stores.
sold for the units.
I
Yeah, it can't be the resale.
I
of
think
it.
you're just paying attention to the wrong
Yeah,
fucking
I
thing
think so
behind
too.
this title.
I just don't. I just
Like,
don't like
This
the.
is the same reaction I gave when Xbox said, "Oh, this is the fastest Xbox console selling ever." I'm like, "Well, no, duh, dipshit," because again, 98% of the people that bought it are fucking scalpers. Like the title of fastest selling and best
Oh, I
selling
got
or
you
whatever.
there. Because
It's just like so dumb. Like, why even make this a big deal when hands down, scalpers are the reason why they're selling out this fast.
but see, it doesn't say selling out either. It says that fucking dumbass per dollar.
So if you
I don't know.
paid
I
it with a
just-
debit card, that
So
doesn't count. If you paid it with cash, it counts.
no. All I'm saying is, if it wasn't the pandemic and
For
it
the fucked
wasn't,
up release.
would it not be? I guess that's what I'm just trying to
Here's
figure
what
out
you need
why.
to count to.
Halo
Ham.
didn't come out.
Yeah. Why is this news?
Count to 20. Count to 20, Ham.
What do the voices when I tell them?
Because that says number of Bethesda games coming to Xbox Games Pass.
Oh, I did see that. I did see that.
So, just recently, obviously,
That
I
was actually
think
a
I
good
brought it up last
setup.
episode. I know, right? The acquisition of ZeniMax to Xbox or to Microsoft was finalized, And just recently, 20 Bethesda games were announced to come into Games Pass, so they are there right now that you can play them. And I'll try to read through this list really quick. We got Dishonored, Dishonored 2, Doom, Doom 2, Doom 64. Am I reading that right? Yeah, Doom 64, Doom 3, Doom Eternal,
Yeah, that's right.
Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Prey,
Yeah.
Rage 2, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 4 or something. It's all the Elder Scrolls games. The Evil Within, Wolfenstein, Old Blood, and then Wolfenstein. I can't see it from this list, but it's 3 of the Wolfenstein games,
Oh,
which I'm sure
wow.
the other ones that are out. So
That's really
yeah,
actually
they added
really
a shit
good.
ton of games.
I highly recommend playing Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Great fucking game. Great game.
I
Go fuck
recommend
yourself.
playing all the Elder Scrolls and all the Fallouts.
This is why I said maybe Fallout 76, but
And then this is, I think I already asked this, but I need a confirmation. There is cross-player now.
I'm not sure. Actually, that's something we'll have to look up. But also, it's to be noted that
There's
so
no
when
need
they
for
said
crossplay
Xbox
because
Games
nobody
Pass-
with the new Xbox is gonna play Fallout
Yeah, that's true.
76. Ooh, burn.
when they mention, they did not mention, which part of Games Pass that it's available on. So it's weird because Cloud Play is part of Games Pass, but not all of these games are available for Cloud Play. And then there's like 1 or 2 titles that are only available for PC Games Pass. So most of them are available across all, whatever platforms that Microsoft has this on. But some of them, you just got to look at the fine details just to be sure. Going back to PlayStation really quick, PlayStation Communities on PS4 is shutting down in April. The only thing really to take away from this is that it's speculated this is the first step into pushing out their older console to ensure that they focus on their newer console, which, sure, probably.
And you forgot the second step.
I'm sure that's accurate. But
yeah, that's the second step. When the fuck did they add a community? Not playing. I know what you're talking about, but it really didn't matter.
It's like what looking for group like LFGs, right? You're just like sharing interest and then hook and like meeting and not meeting each other, but like communicating with each other. Be like, hey, I need a partner in Destiny 2. I see you play Destiny 2.
Yeah, but you had
Let's
different,
play
better
together.
apps than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
it
not
was
like the
something
wall
like
thing
that.
that they have.
I've never in my life ever used that community thing that they had. Because that was such a shit fest.
Yeah, I don't even. I'm not
where
really
they
sure
had
what
better
it is.
apps, especially Destiny, where they had the Destiny app that you're able to like recruit a whole bunch of different people to look at to ask, hey, I need somebody for raids and stuff like that, and boom, you're done. Where the community, no, it was multiple games. There's a whole bunch of different types of apps that you're able to contact other people, like Rainbow, Call of Duty.
Yeah, but that's the part of the problem when Xbox or PlayStation adds these things is like there's already better things built in other apps that people use commonly. So why bother doing it on the dashboard
where you have
of
to
the
press
console?
like a push of a button, and then it has to.
You gotta get away from your game. Yeah, because I used the Xbox version a little bit for Destiny, but I was like, you know what? I'm just better off sticking to like forums or whatever. On brighter PlayStation news, play at home. PlayStation offering 10 more games, including Horizon Zero Dawn for free.
I'm so fucking mad.
The first 9 games. The first 9 games will be available for free to own and download starting next week on March 25th. Those games are Abzu, The Witness, Enter the Gungeon, Subnautica, Res Infinite, Moss, Astrobot Rescue Mission, Paper Beast, and Thumper. Then starting April 19th, Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition will be available to download for free. So the first 9 games will be available for free to download until April 22nd, and Horizon Zero Dawn will be available until May 14th. This is pretty cool. I like the fact that I can download Horizon Digital Complete Edition without having to... Because I don't think I bought the DLC, so sweet.
It is
and
small.
I still need to beat it.
Doesn't matter. I still got to do it.
Yeah,
I'm still playing it.
Yeah, Yeah, but when was the last time you played it? Because I feel like you could have just held out.
Well, the thing is,
this
I
came
bought it
out,
during
but-
what was it?
Yeah.
During the holidays where it was $10, $12 exact. Because I didn't buy it when it was like $10, and when you told me, hey, it's $10, I was like, no, I wanted to pay for $12, and that's when I paid $12 for the game. No, I got the whole
Do you
thing
know if you got the
with
regular or
DLC and everything.
the?
So
Okay.
yeah. So I mean,
Oh,
I
12
bought it in
bucks for the
December.
DLC. That's not
You know,
bad.
so you know.
Let's put on our tinfoil hats
Yeah.
here for a quick second,
Oh,
because the sequel is supposed to come out this year. Now, I was under
Was
the
it?
impression it was supposed to be a spring release, but obviously that's not going to be the case. So is the fact that this is being a free game, the first one, until May 14th, can we speculate that possibly it's going to be a summer release, or is it still going to stick to the fall?
I thought
Are
it
you
was next
sure?
year
I
as
thought it
well,
was-
but
I
I
thought it
want
was
to
next
stick.
year.
If it's planning to
Yeah.
come out this year, I'm going to say fall.
What was it called? Horizon Forbidden?
I think so.
West?
Horizon for
Something like that. The Forbidden Agent quest with an Asian
Initial
dragon.
release
I don't
date is set for 2021. It's supposed to
I
be
thought
this
it
year.
was
know. Really? I thought
Horizon
we
the
saw
Last Dragon.
2022.
I think.
Okay then.
I don't know. It's just something I thought that was kind of interesting. Of like, because the last free big game we got was Ratchet and Clank, and then obviously the sequel just was. Is it out already? I can't. No, it's coming out soon. So with Horizon being on Horizon, that was not an intentional pun.
Sure.
Is supposed to come out this year. Then this game being free kind of
Yeah.
leads up to that. So I just thought that was kind of maybe intentional.
And then I'm gonna ask again. I've asked this already. What happened to all the games, those free big title games that were gonna come out? Is that for PlayStation Plus or was it for if you
PlayStation
had
Plus
the-
if you have PS5.
That's what it
Yeah.
was. Okay. So no
Yep.
one's got it.
Well,
Got it.
scalpers did.
And they paid in
That's
cash.
assuming they set up accounts. All right.
Mhm.
All right. The last thing to bring up, nothing major, but kind of interesting. Square Enix presents digital showcase. Square Enix presents will be the first in a new series of digital showcases for Square Entertainment, with the inaugural installment airing on March 18th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. for Pacific Time. This will be on Square Enix's Twitch channel as well as their YouTube channel. And unlike other presents and things like that, we actually get a list of things they're going to talk about. So they're going to reveal the next Life is Strange series game. They're going to talk about Outriders, which I'd never heard of, but apparently is going to become available on Xbox Game Pass on launch day. Balan Wonderworld, the ongoing celebration for the 25th anniversary of Tomb Raider, which I didn't know was started. Marvel's Avengers, because people still care apparently. Just Cause Mobile, a new mobile game announcement from award-winning Square Enix Montreal studio. And then lastly, a look at a few of the whimsical games from Square Enix sister company Taito? I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah, the other company. So there you go. If anyone's a big Square Enix fan, this is
And
probably something that
if
you
you're
want to watch.
not, I'm not surprised. I'm just saying.
What did they come out with a surprise reveal of Final Fantasy Remake 7 Part 2 and 3 available in 2062?
You lost me in Final Fantasy. I'm in.
What if they reveal Kingdom Hearts?
Fucking no. I
8
stopped playing Kingdom Hearts. You
to be
believe
released in 2142?
you believe I still haven't beat Kingdom Hearts 3?
I do.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I
because you
stopped
said you
playing
didn't
it.
like it.
It's literally a kid's game. Like everything that Kingdom Hearts had, like part 1 and 2 and all the other games, this one just like, you know what? We need to be true to our roots. Let's be a fucking kids game. And no. No. But yeah, sure. I mean,
at a Square Enix.
when was the date for this again?
March 18th. So tomorrow, the day of recording
Okay,
this.
so
tomorrow.
on the 18th, and then okay, all right then, sure. It's gonna be like probably like 20 minutes more likely. Okay, we'll watch it.
Most likely, yeah. Will Ham
I
watch
just want to play
it?
the Harry Potter game. No! I just want to play the Harry
But they're
Potter
going to
game.
talk about Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah,
Your
and they're
number
gonna
one
show
favorite game of all
Spider-Man.
time.
Yeah. Actually,
Oh,
wasn't
isn't
Square
Spider-Man
Enix
in the
doing
game
something?
already?
What was that other game?
No. They just released Hawkeye, I think,
Oh,
or
and they're
was
gonna show
about to release
Spider-Man. I
Hawkeye.
bet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, probably. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably the first time we'll
That's what
see
he
it,
was
yeah.
saying. Wasn't Square Enix doing something sort of interesting?
Final
I don't know.
Fantasy 7
Yep.
Remake
2.589.
No.
Mm-hmm.
The
I don't
Melody
know about
Edition.
Cool Whip.
that. I don't know. Oh, was it? No, I have no.
Here's
idea.
what you'll
I don't
know,
remember
though.
anymore.
Movie title to our
Hell
movie
yeah,
trivia of
Undefeated
today.
King. Let's go.
Yeah.
Because that was all the headlines, so we're pretty much good
I'm
with
here.
it. But let's go ahead into our movie trivia again. I read the synopsis. You two cannot guess until I call out your name. No cheating.
Trivia.
Especially on your part, Mike.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. When two brothers are stranded by a brutal winter storm with an unpredictable father they barely know, the boys begin to suspect their supposed protector may be their biggest threat.
Two brothers
Mike.
with a father they barely even know, stuck in a winter. Sucked. Okay. Man, this sounds so familiar. Two brothers with a father that they don't even know. So I'm thinking. Oh
Feel
no
like
no
I
no
hear
no
the
no no no
clicking
no!
of a keyboard in the background there.
I don't cheat. I'm not him. And
What?
when I put $200, I fully go for it. Fuck, I don't know. Brothers Grimm?
Ham?
I have no idea. Two brothers, dad, something's up. No, I don't know.
All right. The answer is Edge of Winter, a movie starring Elliot Baker, Caleb Baker, Bradley Baker. It's also a movie that Tom Holland was in,
Bakers.
apparently. So that's why I picked it.
What is it? Edge of
Edge
Winter?
of Winter. It's a 2016 movie.
What the fuck is the end of?
What is this shit? This looks horrible, man. Nobody saw this fucking movie.
I didn't say so much. I was saying Tom Holland was in it. All right, that's the only reason.
Did you see it? Did you see
No,
it?
I don't see half of the shit that we talk about.
Edge of Winter. Oh yeah, you mean the movies we watch? and
That
talk
too.
about? Edge of Winter. This
Wait, hold
looks
on.
Stupid as shit.
He
Hold
has
on,
seen it.
I'm checking IMDb right now.
Yeah, me
I
too.
need to check the review. Oh, 5.4. Okay.
The fuck did this movie even make any money?
No,
they don't even do that anymore.
They
That's
show it
on.
in the last. Well, not in this fucking movie.
No, they don't anymore. Now you gotta
Oh.
pay a premium price for this
What, you have
bullshit.
to pay
or
for IMDb?
there's a premium
fuck
IMDb.
that.
You guys not know that?
No, why?
It's IMDb Pro. View production, box
Oh
office,
my
and
God.
company
Who
info.
wants to pay for that shit?
Well,
That's
let
why
me put
Wikipedia
away my credit
exists.
card.
Start a 30.
I'm being
You
judged.
can, you can start a 30-day free file.
What the fuck? I mean, let us know if you saw this movie. What the fuck?
I just figured diehard Tom Holland fans would know this movie. So
Nobody was
I
a
just put it out there for the
Tom
listeners.
Holland fan until he became Spider-Man.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Nobody,
is this before or
nobody
after he
became.
became
I gotta say this.
2016,
Nobody became a
so-
diehard fan until they became a superhero. Just saying.
Same year?
Nobody was a Chris Evans fan. Maybe I was the only one because
Yeah, like Chris Evans. Yeah, we
Yeah,
saw.
we
We
knew
knew
of Chris
Evans.
Evans, but I wouldn't say like I'm a diehard Chris Evans.
well,
fan.
I became a fan.
Fantastic
I became a
Four,
fan.
I
Oh,
mean,
that's true.
No.
But
I
that's his
became a
point,
fan
though.
in not another team movie. Just saying.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
here's
true.
the
Until
Robert
Iron Man,
Downey
that's
Jr.
true. I didn't know
There you
nothing
go.
about him. Oh,
No,
okay,
no,
you
I'm not
did.
saying the opposite. No, I liked Robert.
Oh,
Downey.
I didn't
either.
know Robert
Man.
Downey
Elizabeth
before Iron Man,
Olsen?
So
Oh God.
Didn't know about her either until And her
Still
brother,
not a big
I was a
fan.
big fan of Kick-Ass, but nobody was until.
Oh, you mean? No, yeah, I liked him. Oh well, I
Okay,
guess
so
you
Mike's
guys
basically
don't.
saying he's better than you, listeners. Just
Yeah,
that's Mike
exactly.
saying that.
I like Mark Ruffalo before he became the
Yeah, me
Hulk,
too. Fight Club.
and Edward Norton. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, but even like even in their roles, like I'm not even like diehard fans. Like, okay, cool, Robert Downey Jr. or something. Sure, maybe I'll watch it, but it's Doctor Dolittle, so no.
So good.
I saw it. I saw it.
Like I don't know.
Ooh,
Like there's
ooh.
not. I don't know of an actor from the MCU that I'm like I need to go
Wait, I
see this
think
movie
there's
because
one.
he's
I
in it.
think Anthony Mackie. Play your cards right.
Maybe
Oh, I know.
no. I
Ryan
would say,
Reynolds.
well, hold on. Going back to Anthony Mackie because I do talk about how Anthony Mackie he plays one of my favorite MCU characters, but even when his other movie came out, I was just like, yeah, it's there.
True. Outside the
Remember
wire.
the movie that we talked about,
Yeah.
the robot? Yeah.
Yeah.
But Ryan Reynolds, yeah, I would. But whoa, okay, no. That's where I'm giving
Samuel
myself
Jackson.
credit for Ryan Reynolds because I actually knew Ryan Reynolds
Oh, yeah,
before
of
he even
course.
got that big.
Of course.
Oh, Mike,
He
how,
was in the Outer Limits
Mike,
episode.
how far back do you know
Van
Ryan Reynolds?
Wilder. What's the before that?
Before that,
Man,
it was before that, right, Ham? Yeah, it was definitely. It's got to be way before that.
well, Van Wilder.
I
You
don't
have
know what you're talking
Enemyville
about. I gotta think
Horror.
real quick.
Way before that.
No, way before that. Can anyone remember the sitcom he starred in?
Oh,
Which one?
I
I
just
don't
joked about that last night. Hey, it was last night.
Two guys, a girl, and a pizza place.
Oh my
Oh,
god, I
I
literally
don't
just
fucking
joked about
love
that last night.
series, and he was fucking hilarious in that series. And that's when I was like, God damn, I gotta watch everything he's in because he's fucking genius when it comes to comedy.
And Nathan
But in all
Fillion.
credits, though, you have to
I
give
guess
me
he is.
credit because Van Wilder is pretty.
No credit,
But
undefeated.
compared to all the other
Undefeated.
people who are like, "Oh my god, Ryan Reynolds,
Undefeated.
he's so funny," and when you ask them, "What movie have you seen him?" "Oh my god, Deadpool."
Undefeated.
That sounds like all the people you know. Like, he was in Outer Limits in that episode. I like him in that. He's good. 1997. I just had to look it up. Oh,
Why? But the thing is that why is he very known for
very
the
young
proposal?
Ryan Reynolds? Because
That was his breakout comedy movie hit.
I didn't think so. I thought it was like okay,
More like a
just
romantic
another
comedy.
cheesy.
I thought he was hilarious in that movie, though.
But I wouldn't say
Hey,
that.
he also,
that
he
was like
also
his
was good in
breakout role.
Just Friends too.
Well, I mean, what was he in there before that? Okay, hold on. Before we get into a lengthier discussion about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for this episode. Next week is kind of a doozy because we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Talking about the whole series, man.
Because you've watched the whole series.
Yep.
And actually, I'm not surprised if you did. But and I'm going to give it a fair chance. I don't know anybody else.
Who's talking shit already about it?
Who else will? But I'm just saying because I know people calling me out for being a Marvel fanboy, and I get that. I do. I'm not.
Oh.
I'm just saying. I'm going to give it a fair chance. I'm gonna go in with an open mind and try to see what I can enjoy from the movie and just let it be a movie. But we do have the 4-hour Snyder cut of Justice League.
We're reviewing that
well.
next.
So according to Mike, the whole team is talking about
You
this
got that,
movie
Ham?
next week. You got that, Ham?
You have 4 days to watch it.
Yeah.
Start
Hold
watching
on.
it now. Start watching it now.
No. I'm starting. No, first I have to buy the liquor, then we can start doing all that. And but that does remind me. I did,
Jesus Christ.
I did watch the WandaVision thing, and it was behind the scenes. It was interesting, but not.
And irrelevant.
Oh,
to
I
this
ate a
story.
sandwich. So
Yeah. Is it when okay? When is it
Friday.
again? When's
It's
this come
already
out?
out,
This
ladies and
Friday.
gentlemen. Watch it. We're gonna give you guys some time to watch it, and we're gonna fully discuss it and
So,
things we like, things we didn't like, and things that we wish it was burned.
We're all going to Mike's. Mike's got
It's sold out.
the food package or whatever it's called, and yeah.
I've been avoiding reviews left and right on this one because I don't want to be influenced other than obviously my Marvel input into it. But again, I'm going to try to clear that out so I can just, I don't know, I guess, hope that this movie is good. We'll see. I kind of want it to be just because I want there to be a good Justice League movie. So
You got
at
me.
least be better than the Whedon cut.
You want it to be good.
Yeah. So
let's have it on record here.
So you're-
Mike says it's going to be
Uh-huh.
shitty as hell. I'm going in with an open mind, and Ham's going to be drunk. So
I'm going in drunk. So I can't wait till next week where we don't have to talk about this ever again.
after next week, yes.
One more week, guys. One more week. That's what I'm so excited about. I'm tired of hearing those words in the same sentence. Justice League Snyder Cut.
Mike,
Guys,
do the
follow us on
social.
Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and I don't know. We still have MySpace. Drunk Competent Teacher. And then if you want to write us an email with anything or whatever questions or anything like that, Ham was going to read it. drunkcop.ateacher@gmail.com.
Yes.
There's nothing else to say after
Gonna
that.
make a ham
so,
sandwich.
Gentlemen, any closing words?
I'm going to make myself a drink. How about that?
Cheers, guys.
Cheers
See
to
you
that.
next time.